The Amazon rainforest is one of the most beautiful, mesmerizing, mysterious, important, and unexplored natural wonders of the world. She is the world's largest rainforest, stretching 2.7 million square miles across 9 South American countries, covering 40% of the South American continent. She is known as the world's lungs as she supplies over 20% of the Earth's oxygen. The very air we are breathing has a direct relationship to this part of Earth. The Amazon is home to over 1 million indigenous people, and despite covering only 1% of the planet's surface, is home to 10 million different species of flora, insect, and fauna. According to the WWF, 50 to 70% of the world's biodiversity lives here and is home to more creatures than anywhere else on planet Earth. Over 25% of the medicines we use today have their origins in the rainforest, and that's after only 1% of rainforest plants have been examined for their medicinal properties. There are over 390 billion trees in this region, every single one of which creatures call home and depend on for survival. However, last week, devastating news of wildfires surging across the Amazon rainforest was made public. The smoke was so thick that it was detected by NASA from space over the Brazilian states of Amazonas, Rondônia, Pará, and Mato Grosso. Cities thousands of kilometers away, such as São Paulo, were plunged into darkness during the day after the sun was blacked out by the fire's smoke. Because of this, Brazil has declared a national state of emergency over the rising number of fires in the region, as so far this year almost 73,000 fires have been detected by Brazil's Space Research Center, an 83% increase compared to the same period last year, and the highest number on record since 2013. Yet this is not new news, as South America experiences on average around 60,000 of these fires every single year, and they are deliberate acts of deforestation. Over the past 50 years, the Amazon has been cleared by 30%. A frightening acre of land is felled every single second, which causes 137 plant, animal, and insect species to become extinct every day. That's 140,000 species made extinct every year. If deforestation continues at this rate, by the year 2030, we may only have 10% of the rainforest left, and may completely lose these sacred sites within 40 years. Contrary to popular assumption, only 11% of deforestation is caused by logging, mining, and wildfires. The Wageningen University Research Center reported that animal agriculture is the direct driver for over 80% of deforestation worldwide, making it the world's leading cause of deforestation. 91% of all rainforest destruction since 1970 has been due to farmers clearing land for cattle ranching and to grow animal feed crops. And according to Brazil's National Space Center, 81% of deforested land is occupied by cattle or animal food crops, and every minute 6 football fields of land are bulldozed and leveled for farms. On learning this, we might then assume domestic agriculture in Brazil is to blame for this, but this is equally an international and Western causation. So, how does eating animals cause rainforest fires to happen on the other side of the world? It's because these fires are created by farmers who grow food for the animals that Westerners eat. Humans intensively raise and kill over 70 billion land animals every single year, whom require colossal quantities of food and resources, which in turn requires substantial areas of land. 92% of soy is grown to feed these billions of animals, 88% of which eat soy harvested from deforested areas. When it comes to Brazilian agribusiness, 2/3 of soybeans grown here are sold to Europe and Asia for animal feed. Brazil is the world's largest exporter of beef, and approximately 200 million pounds of cow flesh is imported by the United States from Central America every year. As this is lucrative business, the government of Brazil offers loans of billions of dollars to support the expansion of its beef industry. This financial backing has increased, causing deforestation to triple since Brazil's far-right president Jair Bolsonaro arrived into office. This has prompted domestic and international protests, and countries such as Norway and Germany have withdrawn financial aid to Brazil. In response, Bolsonaro brushed off environmental concerns and instead made vows to open the Amazon to business interests, declaring Brazil should hold the right to exploit their natural resources and grow agriculture, mining and logging industries. He was quoted by Reuters saying, "I used to be called Captain Chainsaw. Now I am Nero, setting the Amazon aflame." This is completely devastating news for the sacred biodiversity of the Amazon. But what does this mean for the rest of planet Earth? Without the Amazon, which absorbs a third of the world's carbon dioxide, our climate would be completely thrown out of kilter. The Amazon contains up to 140 billion tons of carbon dioxide, the equivalent of what humans produce in 100 years. Cutting and burning these trees adds 2.5 billion tons of carbon dioxide to the air every year and removes the ability to absorb existing carbon dioxide and heat-trapping greenhouse gas emissions that other human activities emit. It is estimated that clearing land for animal food crops and animal grazing generates 2.4 billion tons of CO2 annually, and burning fossil fuels to produce fertilizers for animal food crops also emits 41 million tons of CO2 per year. Moreover, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide and methane are the three most destructive greenhouse gas emissions in the atmosphere, all of which are significant byproducts of animal agriculture. Because of this, raising animals for food accounts for 51% of global greenhouse gas emissions, more than the entire transportation sector combined, and the impact doesn't stop here. 6 million animals are killed for food every single hour. Raising these animals consumes a third of the Earth's ice-free land, 86% of antibiotics produced, 58% of edible food crops, and a third of the world's fresh water supplies. For example, one hamburger uses 660 gallons of water. Animal agriculture is also the leading cause of species extinction, habitat destruction, land desertification, and ocean dead zones. Because of the world's demand for 2.8 trillion fish every single year, we could see fishless oceans by 2048. It also has to be noted that 1 in 9 people go hungry. That is almost 800 million. Yet we give livestock enough grain to feed 3.5 billion people every year. So what is the solution to all of this? We can't physically douse the blaze in the Amazon or stop rogue government and farmers, but we can cut the demand for animal products and therefore the effect rearing them has on the planet. The United Nations stated that livestock production is one of the major causes of the world's most pressing environmental problems, including global warming, land degradation, air and water pollution, and loss of biodiversity, and that a global shift towards a vegan diet is 100% necessary to combat the worst effects of climate change. The International Panel on Sustainable Food Systems also stated that the world needs to move away from industrialized animal agriculture to avoid ecological, social, and human health crises. A person who follows a plant-based diet produces the equivalent of 50% less carbon dioxide, an 11th of oil, 1/13 of water, and 1/18 of land compared to the average American meat consumer. Every single day, a vegan diet saves 1,100 gallons of water, 45 pounds of grain, 30 square feet of forested land, 20 pounds of CO2 equivalent, and one animal's life. That's every single day. As well as changing the food demand we create, there are additional ways we can help the Amazon, such as donating finances to environmental organizations that work with the Amazon. Change our search engine to ecosia.org, which plants a tree for every 45 searches ran. Explore and sign relevant petitions on websites such as change.org. Spread awareness of the impact of animal agriculture on social media. Educate ourselves by watching documentaries. Reduce our paper and wood consumption and double check it is Rainforest Alliance certified. And also consider becoming an activist to spread the word. To draw a conclusion, the past few days of coverage in the Amazon has been devastating to witness. But hopefully, by this coming into the spotlight, it can promote change and bring awareness to the suffering caused in the Amazon for many years. It is crucial that we take action, as the Amazon is sacrosanct, from being a home to billions to a key ally in preventing and reversing climate change. The Amazon needs us more than ever before, and so do we. The biggest and easiest way we can save our forests and planet is by overcoming status quo and shifting our personal and collective demand away from animal agriculture to create new, ecologically sustainable and cruelty-free plant-based industries. It's so important to stay connected. Things far away can easily become conceptual, so we must remember the trees and animals that perished alive, the peoples whose homes have been destroyed, the animals who are raised and killed in their place, and the children of the future who will experience the climate change as a result of our choices now. It can be so easy to get distracted, but beyond our personal bubbles, there is a planet with animal and human lives that need our dedication to saving. We all play an important role on the planet and have a responsibility to make sure our actions are positive and harmonious. Let's follow our callings and use our freedom, liberties, voice, and financial demands to make a difference. This video intends to bring insight, connect compassion, and provide solution to what's happening in the Amazon and beyond. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If so, please feel free to share and spread the message.